Hello and welcome to this episode of Discuss, Debate and Decide, my weekly conversations with stakeholders, important newsmakers and people who have a voice and are significant in the news ecosystem of Goa. Today's discussion with a very eminent panel is on a subject which is on the lips of virtually every Goan, or at least every Goan who wants a change. And the topic at hand and the narrative that is being discussed these days is, will Goa have a united opposition? And that conversation has got a little skewed because after many ups and downs, there was finally an announcement made by the Goa Forward Party that they were suspending all alliance conversations with the Congress. Of course, the relationship has been a bit of a hot blow cold kind of a relationship. But today's discussion is not merely only on the Goa Forward and Congress, will it happen, will it not, kind of a situation, but a larger discussion on what Goa needs, whether an opposition alliance is a reality or are both parties kind of playing with each other to finally take a call, and so on and so forth. And so there's a huge gamut of discussions, and we have probably the best possible conglomeration of people who could have been here. On my left is Amit Palekar, the spokesperson of the Congress, chief spokesperson, and also he's a member of the charge sheet committee. Welcome, Amit Bab. Next to him is Vikas Bhagat, who is also a member of the Political Affairs Committee of the Goa Forward Party, young leader and who has spoken very eloquently as far as his party is concerned. Vikas Bhagat, welcome. We have Radharao Gracias, Advocate Radharao Gracias, a man who needs no introduction. Let us just say that he is one of the gurus of the Goan political ecosystem. But Radharao Bhagat, welcome. Anand Agni, a teacher, writer, headmaster, very important intellectual voice in Goa's society. Agni Bab, thank you very much for this. And of course, last but not the least, Ivan Naik, Assistant Professor of International Politics of the Goa University, former student, activist, writer, commentator, and all that. I will start with the apolitical people first completely apolitical and then semi-political. Agni Bab, I'll start with you primarily because I want you to echo the sentiment of the people with regard to this. There is a sentiment of the people that the government of the day has failed and there needs to be an unity of forces. Given the fact that opposition unity has never happened in the past in Goa. Never. Fully, it has never happened. No, all parties have ever gotten together to fight it. With the turbulent times that we are seeing in this kind of an alliance formation, are the Congress and the Goa Forward respecting the sentiments of the people?
I think right now, जे तरेच्यो गजाली घडटात ते पळयलें जाल्यार both the parties are not respecting the sentiments of the common people. But they must be having their own, issues, तांचे भितरले issues. But the problem is the common गोंयकार जो आसा, they want a change. Right. Because this government has failed की common मनशाची aspirations, particularly the youngsters. जॉब्साच्या बाबतींत कितें जालां आमकां सगळ्यांक खबर आसा. Education system almost has collapsed. सो यंगस्टर्सांचे आसात किंवा कॉमन मनीस तांकां ज्यो बेनिफिट्स मेळपाक जाय आनी ताका लागून वाडटो एंगर आमी पळयतात. गांवांनी एजिटेशन्स जाल्ले आमकां पळयतात, पर्टिक्युलरली बिकॉज ऑफ द लँड, तांच्यो जमनी. सो बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दी थिंग्स द कॉमन पीपल वॉन्ट्स दीज टू पार्टीज, पर्टिक्युलरली द स्ट्रॉंग पार्टीज, ऑपोजिशन पार्टीज टू कम टुगेदर. आनीक तो चड टायम करून न्ही, इमिजिएटली, बिकॉज द इलेक्शन्स आर अप्रोचींग व्हेरी फास्ट. कोण म्हणटात डिसेंबराक जावपाक शकतात, इवन बिफोर दॅट. आनी अशा वेळाचेर लोकांक एक कॉन्फिडन्स जाय भायर सरतले जाल्यार, ओपनली येतले जाल्यार, की कोण तरी हे मेजर पार्टी ज्यो आसात ऑपोजिशन पार्टी त्यो स्ट्रॉंग आसात म्हणून, एकठांय आसात म्हणून. आनी म्हणून म्हाका दिसता की इमिजिएटली ह्या दोनी पार्टींनी एकठांय येवप इज नीड ऑफ द डे.
Okay, I'll quickly go to the political side because, Bob, see, everybody is talking about, and you can speak in concrete, no problem. See, the issue is now Goa Forward decided to suspend the talks. First, if you can explain why Goa Forward suspended the talks, because 2 or 3 days before that, Vijay Bab had gone and met the GPCC president, and there was some thing. So the thing is, what was the reason why this suspension has happened? Now, does the suspension actually mean the talks are off? Is the Goa Forward going alone? And what is the background to this entire thing?
गिरीशाक जेन्ना मेळपाक गेल्लो हांवूय आसलो ते दीस काणकोण आमची मिटींग जाल्ली आनी मिटिंगे वेळाचेर उलयतना विजयान म्हणलें की आयज कॉक्रोच म्हूण ती पार्टी वाडला एक वेळाचेर कॉक्रोचाक मात पडटली पण आमकां न्ही म्हणटा ते काँग्रेस म्हणलो सो नेक्स्ट डे द ब्रेकींग आयलो विजय सेड डेट कॉक्रोच वील गेट मोर वोट देन दीस थिंग कॉक्रोच म्हणटा मागीर तो ब्रेकींग हाडटकीर तो एक वेगळे कमेंट्स येवपाक लागले आमकां फोन येवपाक लागले नेक्स्ट डे इमिडिएटली आमी विजयाक घेवन गिरीशागेर गेले गिरीशागेर आमी अरावंड 45 मिनिट्स टॉक जालो कमिटी फॉर्म कर हें तें करून आनी तें सगळें चलतालें हें चलतनाच मदींच तो इशू घडलो LOPचो तो आय एम नॉट डिस्कसींग ऑन दीस तें घडलो बिडलो आनी विजय डिस्टर्ब जालो आमी एक पावल मुखार वतकच तांचे कडच्यान एक पावल येवपाक जाय 1 स्टेप आनी समज दोनी कडच्यान जर येना जाल्यार ते हाफ हार्टेडली करून कांय उपयोग ना एलायन्स फाल्यां एलायन्स जालोय जाल्यार तो सारको जावचो ना म्हणटकीर आमी PSC मिटिंगे भितर रोखडी इमिडिएट PSC मिटींग आपयलें आनी PSC मिटिंगे आमी ठरयलें की आतां आमी सद्या आमगे ऑर्गनायजेशन स्ट्रक्चर व्हड करया कारण आमकां दिसता की इलेक्शन आनीक जानेवारी फेब्रुवारी जातलो तो पर्यंत वी हॅव सफिशियंट टायम आमी पार्टी वाडोवया कितें जातालें आमचें इंडक्शन असलें खुबशें आमी होल्डार दवरलात कुंकळी इंडक्शन आसा आमचें केप्यां भितर आमगे इंडक्शन बरें बरें लिडर आसा आमी तें होल्डार दवरलां तें कितें जाता एलायन्सा टॉकाच्या वेळाचें इंडक्शन जालें जाल्यार तें रॉंग मॅसेज वता म्हणून आमी ती होल्डार दवरली आतां आमी ठरयलां की ऑर्गनायजेशन घट करया सगळे मतदारसंघाक ताजे उपरांत आमचो एक दिसाचो दौरो आसा विजयालो 40 मतदारसंघात देन आमची पार्टीची एक रॅली हे आसा यात्रा आसा ते सगळे करया आनी मागीर आमी एलायन्स स्टॉक आमी एलायन्स स्टॉक सस्पेंड केला टर्मिनेट केलो ना म्हणजे तो हांव मुद्दम तात्पुरती बंद केला योग्य वेळाचेर आमी एलायन्स स्टॉक करतले
But you could have used the word on hold.
Yeah, we said that. We said that, no? आमी होल्डार दवरला आनी वी वील योग्य टायमाचेर आमी तो एलायन्स मुखार व्हरतलेच
Okay, because I'll come back to you for more questions. I'll come to Amit Bab also. But before that, let me go to Advocate Radharao. See, the issue is right now there is this anti-incumbency thing as I started off. Okay, now parties, each of the parties are saying we are confident of going it alone. We are doing our preparations and so on and so forth. But and of course, Vikas Bab just now said that it is on hold, suspended, hold, whatever be the case. Both the parties are organizing it. What is the perception that you're getting from outside? And since you are such a strong politically minded person, if you could throw more light on what could be the reasons why this apparent clash is happening. Is it because of a personality problem between Vijay and Yuri also?
कितें आहा मरे सुजय कितें आहा सी BJP लास्ट टायम 34% वोटाचेर ते गवर्नमेंट करताय आनी तें केन्ना तेज्या सुबेज पडूंक ना आतां तुवें चोयत Yeah, 34 may have been reduced to 26 because as Agni has said and as everybody can see, BJP जे सारकें what is called diminishing marginal returns, declining marginal देंवताय ते. So it is an opportunity here for सगळे parties पडे हाय तांकां भायर उडोवपाक. So for that unity is needed आनी हांव इतलें तेम जालो सांगता एकठांय जावपाक जाय म्हणून आनी हें एकठांय जावपाक कितें जाता this move has to come from the big brother. You see it is always the big brother बारके पडे आसा ते रावता व्हडलो भाव आपयतलो काय म्हण. So according to me the Congress is failing in this. The Congress should have said Baba we have to come to power. We have to accommodate everybody and go ahead. And म्हाका पर्सनली दिसता की GFP and Congress alliance जावपाक alliance करपाक जायना GFP has to merge with Congress. हांव सांगता कित्या लागून ते कितें आहा हाल्यां GFP 3 जाण alliance जालें 3 जाण 4 जाण MLA येयले आतां थोडे MLA जाताय ते भाशेन आमचे GDP आहले तेन्ना 3 MLA आहले ते रोखडे कितें ऑफर दिलो धांवपाक सोदता हाल गोडे विजय गोडे BJP वचपाक चिंतपा ना तेगेर तो 3 जाण येयले 2 जाण धांवूंक जाय ते तूं थर्ड जाले ते धांवताले BJPन पोर्टफोलियो मेळटा मिनिस्ट्री मेळटा म्हणून सो पर्सनली माय फिलींग इज ओपडे विजय हा GFP ते काँग्रेसूच ते काँग्रेसान तो भायर सरले बिकॉज एट वन टायम दे वर थ्रोन.
But Radhabab, this merger issue was very much on the table, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
About almost 3 years ago, it was on the table. It was Vijay also had said that he would merge, and then again, Amit Bab can respond to this when I come to him. But the general impression is that the Congress had stalled that merger, or for some factors or people in the Congress may have stalled that merger. Okay, so obviously that merger boat seems to have sailed because too much of time has happened. Okay, now the issue here is that the merger is clearly off the table. It seems so. Now let's keep the merger out. Mergerism was an ideal situation then, but at this point of time, if the merger is off the table, because you have fundamentally said that BJP and Goa Forward and the Congress are not incompatible forces. These are your quotes. Secondly, I think on the 5th of July, in a public meeting, your exact quote was, if you remove the BJP and alternate government forms, all issues will be sorted out. You had said this. So what according to you is the ideal situation now, minus the merger?
मायनस द मर्जर न्ही हांव कित्याक सांगता मर्जर म्हणून. आतां समज एलायन्स केलें हाल्या GFP मे डिमांड 10 seats or 12 seats. ते काँग्रेस दिवपाक आडखळ जातली. ते मर्ज जाल जाय तो ते सगळे तेजे GFPचे कॅन्डिडेट थंय अकोमोडेट जातले न्ही. सो देर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ पार्टीज स्प्लिटींग सीट्स. हॅव यू फॉलोड वॉट आय एम सेइंग? सो आय वॉन्ट अ मर्जर बिकॉज इट वूड मीन विजय हाले बरे पावरफुल कॅन्डिडेट आहाय तांकां काँग्रेस तिकेट दी, दे बिकम काँग्रेस. बट इफ ही डिमांड्स ticket, he is bound to. आपणाला काँग्रेस दिसना म्हटलें एलायन्सूच जाचें ना. दॅट इज माय वरी. दॅट इज वाय आय वूड प्रिफर GFP to merge with Congress. And I don't think it is not impossible. It is impossible. See, moreover, I would assume that Vijay would want to be CM someday. भायल्यान हे दोग तीग जाण बोकडे घेवन तूं CM जायना. तूं काँग्रेसान तर वचत. Vijay has that ability. He has proven ability, strength, तेगे vocal this. He is Deputy Chief Minister. He has a far better chance of becoming CM by being in the Congress. It may not be immediately, at some point of time. So I would feel that GFP should merge with the Congress.
Okay, Amit, I'll just bring you into the picture now. There are two issues. One, of course, the merger talks were there earlier. That is, of course, before you were in the party at that point of time. But it is in public knowledge now that merger was very much on the table. Now, of course, the merger is off the table. The Goa Forward is very categorically, they were going ahead with it. They categorically feel that the Congress has delayed it beyond any reasonable time because they were kept on waiting for an alliance. And Goa Forward very strongly feels that the Congress will take it up to the last moment, give Goa Forward some crumbs, and then be very happy if the alliance finally breaks off. So the seriousness of the Congress in doing an alliance is being questioned, number one. Number two, it is also being kind of said in no uncertain terms, either directly or indirectly by Goa Forward, that leader of the opposition, Yuri Alemao, is the stumbling block and not Girish. And it is because of that personal rivalry and Yuri not wanting Vijay to come into the party and gaining stature. Because if Vijay would come into the party, he would obviously have some kind of a stature at that point of time. So these are the issues that we feel, these are personality issues. And the overall thing is that Yuri Alemao was blocking this. This is something which seems to be dominating the narrative. So, your comments on this and how does one move forward from here as far as your party is concerned?
So, Jawab, you asked me 2-3 things. So, I think the major.
I'll give you time to answer.
Yes. So, एक पहिलो विषय जो आसा तो अलायन्स आसा आणि मर्जराचो आसा. पहिले म्हणजे political conclusions should not be drawn on presumptions, surmises, conjectures. I think these are commonly used words when we talk about non-factual thing. So here firstly I want to say one thing is that no person's ego is bigger than party, and party also allies with the sentiments of the people, and sentiments of the people is very clear today is that आज गोंयकारांक अलायन्स जाय. कारण लोकांक दिसता की BJPक जर आमी हरयतले, नॉट जस्ट हरयतले आनी फुडलो जर क्रेडिबल गव्हर्मेंट येतले. सी इट इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट डिफिटींग देम. अ क्रेडिबल गव्हर्मेंट हू वील गिव गूड गव्हर्नन्स जाल्यार एक अशें कॉमन प्रोग्राम आसपाक जाय विच वील डिफायन द इंट्रस्ट ऑफ गोवा एंड गोवान्स. आय डोंट थिंक none of us here on this panel or outside this panel think differently that Goa deserves much better than what is it right now with BJP and the governance that BJP has offered, which has destroyed Goa. On that line, let me tell you one thing. Sir, Congress, you said that Congress was lacking or taken one step less. Then please understand one thing. On 2nd of August, Vijay Bab and Girish Bab met. They met उपरांत 3rd Augustak काँग्रेसान अनाउन्स केला अलायन्स कमिटी अंडर लिडरशीप ऑफ माणिकराव ठाकरे LOP आसा तातूंत भितर MP आसा तातूंत भितर प्रेसिडेंट आसा and there is a proper panel which has been announced. This is on 3rd. Of course the suspension thing happened after 2 days or 3 days or whenever that has happened, and which has come as a shock to every one of us for whatever reasons that has happened. But one thing I can tell you is that Vijay Babu is also a very mature politician. I know he will not take any hasty or decision which affects the prospects of defeating Bharatiya Janata Party. As a senior politician and ek माझ्या सारखो who is supposed to be a budding politician or aspiring to be an MLA, we look up to him because there is a lot to learn from him also. And I am saying this right from being in the other party where we are friends, we are not opponents. Now with keeping this thing in mind, I think we should be very clear on one particular issue is that alliance जर जायना जाल्यार ताजो रिजल्ट कितें जाता तो आमी लास्ट इलेक्शनाक पळयला. 2022चे इलेक्शन जर तूं पळयत 34 to 35% वोट शेअर जो आसा तातल्या भितर BJP जिखला आनी एटलिस्ट 7 सीट जे अशें आसा 7 out of 20 which BJP won, 7 सीट अशें आसा where Congress lost because of split of votes. Of course that time 2022 5 पार्टी आशिल्ल्यो ज्यो वेगवेगळ्या तरेन लढल्यो. I was part of another party that point of time, and from 2022 until the run up to the ZP elections, if you see, I was the one as the president of another party. I was saying alliance जावंक जाय आनी जावंकूच जाय. We were always talking about it. आमी ते लोकसभेक पळयलें. Nobody can dispute the fact that Alliance won the elections for Lok Sabha. Zilla Panchayatik tipping point for me was Alliance only. As a Goan, as a person who thinks about Goa, and as a person who wants to give a credible representatives for the people, we said that alliance जावंक जाय. खंय ना खंय तरी थंय फेल जाले. थंय फेल जाता आसतना not just Congress failed, AF failed, GFP failed and RGP also failed. All failed. Now whom did they fail? They failed Goans. So let me complete.
Yeah.
When they failed Goans, now it is time. Zilla Panchayat was a prelims to the final exams. अजूनही जर सगळ्यांकूच अक्कल जर येना, आय विल यूज अ वर्ड शार्प वर्ड, हातूंतल्यान जर सगळ्यांकूच जर अक्कल येना जाल्यार एक तर जांकां अक्कल ना ते भुर्र ऑर यू आर सॉंग हाडटा म्हणजे पिशेपणाचें सॉंग हाडटा. सो आय थिंक वन थिंग इज टू बी व्हेरी क्लियरली अंडरस्टूड विदाउट मिन्सिंग वर्ड्स. काँग्रेस पार्टी is absolutely for alliance. A step was taken on 3rd of August by announcing a committee for alliance. We will take this up with Goa Forward even now. We will take this up with RGP, and while I am saying this, it is already in the process. The letters are being issued for talks with RGP. Now when it comes to AAP, of course I was asked to leave because they thought differently and they did not agree with my point of view from alliance. Fair enough, I left. I did not complain to the party. Today party thinks differently. Today their local president असताना सांगले की आमकां alliance जाय, पण then comes the national convener and says vote to Congress goes to BJP. This is unfair. Right. Now I am saying if you are entering into a marital relationship, you don't defame the girl you are marrying. Okay. So here then see कशें no alliance can come up at कोणाक ransom धरून alliance जायना. Alliance has to be credible, understanding with sacrifices, and I think that's where maturity will come in.
Okay. See, the thing is, I completely agree with what you've been saying, but we have to kind of distinguish between you as a politician, because your journey was with AAP and then you moved in here, and look into the.
I am here today representing Congress and I am putting Congress's point of view की we are serious. आज जर तू म्हाका सांगता की हे चारूय पार्टीचे प्रेसिडेंट फाल्यां मेळया म्हणटा, one call away. Our president will be available where they want to be. One call away, not letter, no red tapeism. We are not a government office.
Go back to 2022. I'm coming to you, just now. Let's go back to 2022. After the last elections happened, what efforts has Congress taken to build bridges with Goa Forward and ensure that they move together in an alliance format from 2022 to 2025? Firstly, the merger thing did not happen. So for almost 3 years, the Congress and the Goa Forward never showed that they were coming together at any point of time, and Congress did not take the lead. That is the issue. Also with regard to not defaming the girl you are trying to marry, the defamation is happening from the Congress side also. Or one person from the Congress side who's been defaming Vijay. This is the overall perception. And of course,
let me answer all your points. See, certain personal allegations have happened between two leaders, not from parties platform and party's president or party representing saying whatever that has been said. And I think Vijay has also said that it is Jale te sople, he is a mature enough a politician and matter sople. Neither the LOP has taken it further. Now comes the question is that Congress party, whatever that has happened, for the history cannot be changed.
Right.
I cannot talk about history. We can shape the future and we can rely upon the present. Present हांव तुका सांगता आमच्या प्रेसिडेंटान जेन्ना 2 ऑगस्टाचे जे आयला 3 ऑगस्टाक जे आयला लेटर दिस द कमिटी which has been constituted is a very serious committee. All of us are working on ground. We have understand one thing. See आमचे जे आतां नवे अध्यक्ष आसा तांणी विजयाकय मेळ्ळे ते RGP कडेन उलयला आनी ते आपा कडेन उलयला म्हणजे हू आर रायट नाव अवेलेबल टू स्पीक एंड देन हू टेक फॉरवर्ड दीस अलायन्स. आय थिंक म्हाका दिसना हांगा आतां 5 पॅनलिस्ट आसा तांकां तूं कोणाकय विचारल्यार सांगलें की अलायन्स जाल्या शिवाय 67% वोट शेअर हो एकी कडेन वचचो ना. सो टू कॉन्सॉलिडेट दॅट वोट यू हॅव टू हॅव एन अलायन्स.
But I must bring Yogang in because he's patiently hearing and not had a chance to speak. Yogang, I'll ask you a question, then I'll come to Yogang. You can see the thing is as an intellectual, as an academic, and of course you follow politics very, very closely. The issue is the underlying theme. We all know that everybody wants it. Do you as a neutral observer very honestly think that either the Congress or the Goa Forward are actually very serious about taking alliance politics or regional politics forward, or are they both trying to are they both doing shadow boxing just to ensure that their own bases are protected and the bases increase?
See, before getting into this alliance,
Yes.
thing, you need to understand the science of alliances,
Right.
how alliances are formed, how
Right.
alliances work.
Right.
The kind of times that we live in. I mean, all were accusing Goa Congress that, you get elected on a Congress ticket and you join the BJP. Now the problem is across the party line, whether it's an AAP, Shiv Sena or whatever it is. In these circumstances, okay, everybody wants that, opposition, unity, alliance, all those things. But you need to address the elephant in the room. That is, what is your alternative plan? What is your agenda for plan? Now, we are almost talking for 15-20 minutes. Everybody is talking about alliance that, this person should go to that person, LOP, party president. But has any political party have come clearly on the issues that Goa is facing?
Right.
Like for example, I'll put just a blunt example that where does the Goa Forward Congress RGP or what you call as an alternative party who are interested to do an alternative politics, where
Right.
do you stand on 39A?
Right.
Where do you stand on 16B?
Right.
Will you get a new regional plan? Now what is happening is that if you go to across the sections in Goa, everybody is protesting, whether it's your STs, whether it's your Karapur servant, whether it is your Mirabag, everybody is agitating.
Right.
But the point is that mileage is carried by the BJP. You just go there, okay, sit there for 2 hours, 3 hours, okay. But when the project is scrapped, who gets the benefit out of it? Who gets the mileage out of it? Why it is happening is because political parties in opposition are only banking on this, alliance and a shared vote share. But what BJP is doing at this point of time, what opposition needs to understand is that they are addressing the real issues.
Correct.
Are you if
But BJP is not addressing the issues at all.
if you are meeting the alliance,
Yeah.
if you are meeting the, like for example, Majhe Ghar, it is a real issue. Okay, it is the issue that deals with your revenue and other things, but larger issues are there. Like for example, 39A. Every Goan is, every village you see.
Correct.
Okay,
And that is
you
affecting
see,
people.
it's point.
Correct.
But the point is that you are just 6 months away.
Right.
Okay. As you are talking about principal opposition party, does principal opposition party have a stand on 39A? Those who have, defamed you. The kind of, those, all the ministers and chief ministers are in BJP now. Okay.
Right.
You have a clean slate, but you do not have an agenda. Even after that, Like for example, if you take into consideration Congress without any organization, without any leader, without any manifesto, can get into a double digit at this point of time if elections are held. Okay, but they cannot sail to a comfortable majority, which is a 21 at a 21 seats.
Right.
But the point is that what opposition party needs to focus, and that is the interest of the people, is that you need to agree on a common agenda, common principle. Even if you get, even if you come together on the eve of election and win an election, like what Radha Bab said, is that even if you win,
Right.
okay, you will not keep your flock together.
Correct.
Okay. That is what has happened in the Northeast.
Right.
Okay. You had 2 BJP MLA, but but the MLA was entire government was converted by the BJP. Then, as a principal opposition party, you need to understand that are you pushing forces towards the BJP? Like for example, what happened in West Bengal? Suvindu Adhikari went to Rahul Gandhi and said, I want to join the Congress. He said, no vacancy, no space. Same happened with the Himanshu Biswa Sharma.
Right.
Okay. Similarly happening in Goa also. That are you pushing your friends and an allies? Okay. Are you pushing away from you to the BJP?
Okay. Vikas Bab, I'll come back to you. You can respond to what Anand Bab, Yugang Bab said, and of course what the Congress has been saying. The Congress is saying that we were never away from alliance.
राधा बाबान म्हणलें की मर्जराचो म्हाका दिसता राधा बाब बड्डे आयिल्लो नासलो विशयाचो
म्हाका पळोवंक ना पावटी नो कितें जालें थिंग देंपो येवपा आसलो न्ही श्रीनिवास देंपो सो विजय थॉट आय शूड नॉट बी इनवायटेड सो आय वॉजंट डजंट मॅटर
म्हणून भाशणां आयकलें ना
नो आय एम प्लेसिंग इट ऑन रेकॉर्ड सो दॅट विजय नोज
14 जुनाक विजय बाबान भाशण केल्लें तें आयकल्लें न्हू जाल्यार हो इगो म्हणनासलो आज आपलो इगो कुशीन दवरून आपूण कसा पद्दतीन मर्जरा खातीर गेलो कितले वेळ कोणा मेळ्ळो ना हांव सांगता तुका तो इगो कोणालो म्हणटा सांगता हांव म्हागे इगो आमगे इगो क्लियर करता ना हांव इगो ना तुवें म्हणलां हांवें तें नोट केलां हांवें विजय बाबान त्या दीस सारकी क्लियर भाशणां भितर सांगलें की फाटलीं 4 वर्सां आपूण कसो तरेन पद्दतीन मर्जरा खातीर गेल्लो रिस्पॉन्ड मेळना कांय ना आतां आमचे खातीर मर्जर म्हणटा क्लोज विशय सोंपलो आमी इगो केन्नाय दवरलो ना इगो दवरलो जाल्यार आमी आगे घरा कडेन वचनासले कोण आमचो गिरीशाले आतां तो सांगता एकदम बरें म्हाका 100% पडटा युगांक घालें ह्यो सगळ्यो गजाली जाग्यार पडोवन आमी आज कॉमन मिनिमम प्रोग्राम करपा लागलो खंयच्या विलेजीक खंयचो प्रॉब्लम आसा 39 एक कशें करतलें सगळे पार्टीनी एक जाण आज डिस्कशन त्या पॅनलात सगळें हें जावपा जाल्लें आज पॅनलाचेर एलायन्साचें डिस्कशन जावपाक नाकाल्लें कारण आमी खूब फाटीं आहाय एलायन्स किंवा मर्जर जाल्लो जाल्यार एलायन्साचो प्रश्नच येनासलो आज आमी हांगा मर्जरा गजाल करनासले एलायन्सा गजाल करनासले काँग्रेस पार्टीन मर्जर करपाचें कुशीक दवरलें बरें आमी काडून उडयले तकल्यान एलायन्स आमी केन्ना कर म्हणटाले टिकेटी वांटपाच्यो शेअर्स कांयच उलोवप ना तो म्हणटा कमिटी काडला आमी वतगीच कमिटी काडपा मरे 5 मेंबरां कमिटी केन्ना काडपा जाल्ली बरें पयलीं काडपा जाल्ली आमी वयतगीर आमी 1 तारखेक गेल्ले तेम 2 तारखेक काय 3 तारखेक कमिटी काडला हें केन्ना जावपा जालें बरें पयलीं कमिटी काडपा जाल्ली 1-2-3 म्हयने पयलीं कमिटी काड आमची कमिटी बसून तें सगळें जावपा जाल्लें लास्ट मुमेंटा पळय जें काँग्रेस करता न्हू तें म्हणून जाणून बुजून करता आतां लोकालें सेंटिमेंट बाईन म्हणलें की लोकालें सेंटिमेंट आसा सगळ्यांनी एक जावपा जाय ते बरोबर एक गजाल आसा पार्टी म्हणून बी आमचो एक विचार आहा जर आमी लोकालें सेंटिमेंट करून एलायन्स करून पार्टी धाकटी दवरपाचें आमचो हेतू ना कित्याक एलायन्स जातकीर तुका लिमिटेडाक उरता आमकां पार्टी जर वाडयतलो जाल्यार केन्ना केन्ना आमकां एक वेगळें डिसिजन लोकांच्या मना विरूद्ध वचून घेवचें पडटलें
There are two questions that are mentioned with regard to both Congress and Goa Forward. The Congress says that yes, we will tie up, we'll go in for an alliance. Certain sections of the Congress and certain sections of the people also are saying everything is fine. But what if at the last moment 2017 happens again and Vijay Bab goes to the BJP? That is one part. The Goa Forward is saying that everything is fine, but Congress will ditch us at the last moment and go on its own. And this is the fundamental thing. How do you solve this?
2017 आमी काँग्रेसीक कांयच केलें ना काँग्रेसी बरोबर आमगेलें एलायन्स नासलें आमचें एलायन्स जाला 22 आनी 22 जशें उतर दिलें की 27 पर्यंत आमी तुजे बरोबर आयजय आमी एलायन्स पार्टनर पण आसात तांचे बरोबर ते आमी फटोवन गेले म्हणटात ती चुकीची. आमी जर चूक जाल्या लोकां कडेन आमी BJPच्या विरुद्ध मतां मागली, आमी निवडून आयले आनी आमी BJP कडेन सपोर्ट केलो. पूण हे जे पळय काँग्रेसींतल्यान फुटोवन 11 आनी 8 गेले ताजेर काँग्रेस कित्याक उलयना? आज खरें म्हणल्यार त्या लोकांचेर उलोवपा जाल्लें. आज ताजेर कोण फुटोवन गेले आतां जेन्ना पळय 2 फावटी फुटून जर वता तिसरी फावटी वचना म्हण कोण गॅरंटी घेवपाक शकता? म्हाका दिसना गॅरंटी परत फुटोवन वचत अशें वचपा ना म्हण कोण सांगपाक शकता? वचपाक शकतात, कारण ती काँग्रेस आनी तांचे कडेन कांय ना, गेले म्हणटले ते. पूण एक गॅरंटी हांव तुमकां ह्या तुमच्या हेजे चॅनलाच्या माध्यमांतल्यान दिवपाक सोदतां की आमचे आमदार निवडून येतगीच खंयच्याच पद्दतीन फुटोवन वचपा ना, हाजी जबाबदारी आमी घेतले. आनी कशी घेवपाची कितें घेवपाची ती आमकां खबर आसा. आतां काँग्रेसी गॅरंटी जबाबदारी कोण घेतलो तो म्हाका खबर ना. काँग्रेस कदाचित तो घेतलो.
Okay, I'll come to it, Bob. Rather, now the issue is the elephant in the room is this. See, what happens is the Congress somehow, even if it goes to churches and temples and swears by not defecting, the opposite happens, and Congress seems to be getting away with it. In the sense that so many defections have happened, so many things have happened. They seem to be, for some reason, the Congress is the bad boy who's loved by the family. Let's put it this way. Okay, somehow or the other, anything goes. With Vijay, do you think this elephant in the room of that decision that he took one night, on that fateful night on 2017 when he went with Parikar, this still hangs like a sword over his head and he's unable to get that out of his system?
See, I would like to also go into what has. See what happens. The history goes against the Congress. Now, in what way? Because the Congress history has been that they talk of alliances and ditch the proposed partners at the last moment. So there's total lack of trust and confidence of other parties in the Congress's talk of alliance or coming together. So that has to go. Number 2, once after discussion they talk of High Command, they talk of committees. That should not be so. The High Command should authorize maybe 2 persons or 1 person to say, yes, let us have alliance and merger. You are authorized to defend it, to decide it.
Right.
No question of High Command or any committee.
Right.
And I would personally feel they have the President Girish and they have the South Goa MP, because who has the latest mandate? The last congressman to win big is he.
Right.
So these 2 persons could be authorized as final authorities to decide whether an alliance or not within a time frame. Otherwise nothing will happen. No talks of any committees, nothing. Because Goa is a small place. So let them decide. Now number 3, you see, as I have said, you see, if the Congress defections and all this, defection can be averted only by one way. By, let's say, the Congress, I am talking of Congress, with GFP as being part of the Congress, winning, let's say, 24 or 25 seats. I am very confident it can win if they come together, if GFP merges with that. It can be won. The moment you have 24 or 25 seats, 12 become ministers, 1 becomes speaker, 1 becomes deputy speaker, so 14 people are accommodated. Now, to split, you need 2/3. Now already you have ministers, and these will all be basically new faces. They will not, their aim will not be something big. They'll be happy. And 2/3 BJP will not be able to split 2/3 because you require 16 out of 24, not 16 around side. Which minister would want to go out? So that is why I am insisting on merger, because I am very sure that if Vijay can get 3 or 4, the MLAs, whatever Bhagat may say, the MLAs may not remain under him. I have been part of UGDP. We know what happened. We won an election in 2002. Overnight, Babush Monserrat and our Mickey, overnight already struck a deal with Parikar to join the BJP government. And there was nothing we could do. This happens. So it is for this reason that I insist that should be, GFP should merge. And I am very sure if GFP merges with Congress, all other parties will blown away. RGP to me, at least in Salsette, they are almost zero now, almost zero. No one has any, they have no credibility. And UP will also be blown away. So that is why I am insisting on GFP merging with Congress for assured this that party will not split after the election. Otherwise you give some votes to GFP, no matter what Vijay wants to do, his MLAs may run away. And on your question whether what can, 2017 you said, no, Vijay. You see, I don't think Vijay was tactically wrong in that. You see what happens, Vijay won 3 seats, that he won by defeating the Congress, except in Shioli, I think. And the MLAs will consider always their own prospects, where to go. The Congress had refused an alliance with GFP. Why should you join them? You tell me. You kick them out. They contest on their own. Now let us say now GFP contests on its own. Congress doesn't align with them. After elections, can Congress go begging to them and say, please come? Why should he come? You understand what I'm saying? So logically, I don't see much wrong with Vijay's joining in 2017. People may think anything, but in politics, you have to take certain things into account. If you don't like me at election time, I will not join you post-election just because you want to form a government. That is why I am insisting that the Congress must now set up a cut-off date, appoint 1 or 2 people here with full authority to decide. Don't tell us that there is a committee, high command. Tell hell with your high command. Then only things will happen.
Adibab, you've heard politicians, you've heard semi-politicians and so on and so forth. Again, from an academic point of view, stepping back away from being committed to any party, where do you feel is the stumbling block? See, people are totally confused. People are saying everything is fine. The Congress has a point of view, we respect it. Goa Forward has a point of view, we respect it. But at the end of the day, they are unable to put their fingers around what really is the stumbling block. And then what has also happened is the social media has taken over. Memes are happening. Okay, the issue is a number of memes that are happening. I've seen so many memes against Vijay. There are some memes happening against Congress. All of this has become part of the ecosystem now. So where is the stumbling block, and why, and how can people's confusions be eliminated?
With regards to the ideologies of Congress, for so many years I am associated with Congress Party.
Right.
So with due respect to Congress Party, and Goa Forward Party, Goa Forward Party has only one leader, that is Vijay. Whereas Congress in Goa or in India has so many leaders. So म्हाका दिसता ताका लागून हो जे क्लॅशीस जातात 1-to-1 जर टॉक्स जर जायत जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता जी हें आसा अलायन्स जे आसा खूब फास्ट जावपाक पावतले आनी ताचे खातीर काँग्रेसींतले बाकीचे सगळे जे लिडर्स आसात आतां खूब बरी मॅच्युरिटी दाखयता सदांच अमित बाब सदांच दाखयत आसा इवन ही वॉज इन आप ऑल्सो ही वॉज वेरी मच मॅच्युअर्ड आनी ताका जे फळांय ताका भोगचें पडल्यात सो अशी मॅच्युरिटी जर सगळ्यांनी दाखयली की येस वी हॅव ओनली वन लिडर एंड दॅट इज गिरीश चोडणकर एंड ही वील ओनली स्पीक टू द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ अदर पार्टी सो जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता खुबश्यो गजाली फास्ट जावपाक शकता अलायन्स दीस इज फर्स्ट थिंग सेकंड थिंग देर आर सो मेनी इंडस्ट्रीज सो मेनी लॉयर्स सो मेनी चार्टर्ड अकाउंटंट्स आनी अशे प्रोफेशनल्स जे डायरेक्टली खंयच्याच पॉलिटिकल पार्टी कडेन एसोसिएटेड ना दे वॉन्ट अ चेंज इन गोवा सो अशा लोकांक जर इन्वॉल्व करून घेत दे आर इन टच विथ आय थिंक द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ गोवा फॉरवर्ड प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ काँग्रेस सो अशा लोकांक जर इन्वॉल्व करून घेत नाव दे हॅव देअर अलायन्स कमिटी गोवा फॉरवर्ड मस्ट ऑल्सो बी हॅव्हिंग देअर अलायन्स कमिटी exactly so involving such people who are not connected with any party but want the change because this is the last chance if you want to bring the change this is the last chance that is for sure आणि म्हणून म्हाका दिसता की प्रोफेशनल जे आसात बाकीचे लोक जे आसात तांचोय बी इन्वॉल्वमेंट ह्या दोन्ही पार्टीन जर करून घेतलो अलायन्साक ताचो खूब फायदो जावपाक शकता
Yuang Bab, you feel that personality clashes are actually determining basically underlining the problem rather, in the sense that there's too much of one-to-one kind of skirmishes going on, political barbs are being exchanged and so on and so forth. And also this latest act of sending a message which ultimately went to a wrong number, or a screen been shown without any DP message. And then after that there is all quiet on the Western Front. My issue is that these are, I'm not saying that is the main point of our discussion, but underlying political tensions or political skirmishes make it seem that this is dominating and taking away the larger interest.
So I think, when you address this question, you need to take into consideration two aspects of it. One is that you do not have a leadership. There's a vacuum of a leadership in that. The leader who is credible and who has a pan-Goa image. Who could actually be a fulcrum for that.
Right.
Secondly is your organizational capacity.
Right.
The kind of election machine what BJP is today.
Right.
Okay. No political party in
Correct.
Goa other than BJP
Right.
has that kind of an organizational base. Having said this, that doesn't mean even after having an organization, they lost the South Goa seat. Okay, they are just 30%, and what Radha Bab said, it can be. I mean, they have decreased their vote share.
Right.
I'll share about that. Showing that WhatsApp message and all those things. People are not interested in this. People just thought that this ends up with the RGP. Okay. Now everybody wants to be in the RGP now. And people are not interested in it. People are not liking it. Maka ekut सांगतो. On a lighter note, but I spoke to one of the consultant, okay, some day back, okay, and he gave me a nice solution to it, a free advice, okay, free consultation to it. Now, it's time over that no leaders of political party should meet and talk about alliances. Now let these advisors of those leaders sit together and decide once for all. Okay, I think the problem lies there. Okay, so I think it is in terms of personality, this should not have happened. Like for example, when you talk about Goa Forward and a Congress alliance, what is there to talk? You just talk about seat sharing now. Okay, there's no, like, point is that you continue the alliance of your 2024. What is there to decide about alliance? Why you need a committee? You just decide on a seat sharing now. You have worked together, floor managed for last 5 years.
Right.
Now you need to do it.
Okay. Amit, one more question, a fresh line of thought. See, the thing is, political observers, people who understand politics very well, people who know what's going on within the parties, there is this general feeling, BJP being BJP, and BJP works at a very, they work like the Mossad, they're the political Mossad, okay. The general feeling is that the BJP manages to penetrate parties from before, and they have sleeper cells inside the Congress, and they are working extensively there, and like it happened earlier, sleeper cells came in, went out. There is this feeling that the Congress also is subject to these sleeper cells penetrating into the BJP sleeper cells penetrating into the Congress, and there are people within the Congress who will ultimately work for the BJP and then break out and move back when the time is right. Now, this you've also heard it. Everybody else has heard it. How do you react to this?
See, please understand one thing. There is a Trojan horse or there is a Kanoji in every organization. Biggest जे व्हडली राज्यां पडली, शिवाजी व्हरलो किंवा शिवाजीचो हे जालो, संभाजी हे जालो, biggest battles, hear me out. There has to be somebody who will be there, who is a destroyer, who is a creator. At the end of it, you have to understand is nothing is larger than nature. Nothing is larger than people's vote, people's sentiments, and I think as he has rightly pointed out, ताणें म्हाका दोन तीन प्रश्न एक आशिल्लो की whether we have to address the elephant in the house, what are the issues they have taken. If you see, Congress has shown very categorical way ahead by appointing a charge sheet committee. I am part of it. Yes. Now charge sheet committee is supposed to design and find out what are the failures, what is happened, what we are looking ahead, what are the problems in, and we are working on it. And believe me, Yugang, next 8-10 दिसा भितर तुका सगळें मेळटलें. वी आर वर्किंग ओवरनायट. म्हणजे हांव ताका लागून म्हाका उशीर जाला हांगा येवपाकय. ह्यो गजाली हांव सांगता आसतना जेन्ना तुका सांगता पळय, यू डोंट थिंक दॅट देर आर नॉट ट्राजन हॉर्स ऑर कानोजीज इन BJP. They are there. They are there. See, don't think that BJP is larger than any, a place where they can now say that no, we will destroy everything that comes in front. They did try to do it. As he said, it is not काँग्रेसाकच ब्लेम करताले पयलीं की तांचेच लोक आतां शिवसेनाक जाले, NCPक जाले. आतां तूं येदी व्हडली पार्टी जाका आमी म्हणटाले TMC ते थंय जाले. आपाचे ऑर्गनायझेशन सेक्रेटरी गेलो. So, I mean, people whom I know, like, I'm so shocked that gele. But so gele kiwa kaadle kiwa. Nobody is blaming BJP here. Who is destroying the political opposition here? So also understand the fact that their whole idea is to destroy political opposition.
I'm saying BJP has to be blamed.
The question remains here is a credible government, which will give credible government to going.
My point is, if BJP's whatever, if the dirty tricks department works again.
I'm not blaming. I have stopped blaming BJP.
You don't blame them. I am essentially saying, but people are saying that if they have already managed to affect the Congress.
Governance, Goa needs corruption-free governance. Goa needs everything
But
that
what
is
is the-
better.
but
Is a point well taken. He said it.
But what is
We
the
all know
guarantee?
it. One
But what
news
is the
for-
guarantee that people from Congress will not go to the BJP?
न्ही आता पळय हे दोनदा जालें म्हणटा आतां you say that is why we have said no to defectors. Not a single defector will be given place. Chances of those who will go off.
Defectors may happen, no?
No, that is what I'm saying. I'm saying the steps are being taken. That chances of those who might defect are also not being taken. Who have contested on BJP tickets earlier are also being kept aside. There are so many. कितले जाण आयला जांकां जे म्हणटा आमकां भितर घे म्हणून तशें गोवा फॉरवर्डाचो एक मनीस वचून अल्टिमेटली तांणी हाजेर BJPच्या टिकेटीर कंटेस्ट केले बट इट सी गोवा इज अ स्मॉलर प्लेस विथ अ स्मॉलर पूल ऑफ द पॉलिटिशियन्स इन अ पर्टिक्युलर थिंग बाउंड टू हॅपन. But I think those who ditched the parties at that point of time, they did not just ditch the parties, they ditched their voters, they ditched their conscience, they ditched their gods. आनी ही सगळी फटिंगपणां तूं आनी ताका म्हाका दुसरें उत्तर ना आनी कितें करपचें म्हणजे तूं जर म्हाका जर सांगशीत देवी महालक्ष्मी कडेन वचून बांबोळेच्या खुर्सा कडेन वचून बोडगेश्वरा कडेन वचून किंवा हाजेर माजर ते अशें वचून तूं फट मार म्हणून जावचें ना म्हजे कडेन बिकॉज दॅट्स माय कॉन्शियन्स. हांणी कॉन्शियन्स विकले ह्या कॉन्शियन्स विकपी लोकांक निवडूनय लोकांनी दिले. सो यू हॅव टू अंडरस्टँड नाव पीपल ऑल्सो हॅव टू अंडरस्टँड दीस फॅक्ट अँड पीपल वील हॅव टू हॅव दॅट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी की आमकां बरो गव्हर्नन्स जाय आमच्या घरां हें सगळें डिफीट करपाक जाय जाल्यार आमी बरे मनीस निवडून हाडचे पडटले. रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज ऑफ गोवा फॉरवर्ड अँड मी. We will take it at. One thing I will assure you, one thing I will assure Dr. and I will assure this entire world. And we have addressed the elephant in the horse. As he said, it is no longer time to whether we'll have alliance or not. We are very clear we want to have an alliance.
Can you win without an alliance?
See, that is a question that where we will answer if this doesn't happen. And it can only happen if not happen. Alliance will not happen because again some selfish interest comes into picture. Alliance.
The Congress or the Goa Forward Party can win without an alliance?
I believe that split of votes in 2022 we can very clearly see 70 वोटांनी जिंकला. सिंपल हांव तुका एग्जांपल दिता. मया कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी 7,400 का 800 मतांनी जिंकपी BJPचो अदर सायड 15,000 काणकोणा 15,000 अगेन्स्ट तुज्या फोण्या 70 वोट 15,000 18,000 अगेन्स्ट. ही वोट खंय जाली आयदर गोवा फॉरवर्डाक गेली ज्या जाग्यार आशिल्ले थंय काँग्रेसाक गेली RGPक गेली आप गेली आनी TMCक गेली सगळ्यांनी 6% 10% 4% consolidated vote share. When you know आमी जेन्ना लोकसभेचे इलेक्शन लढले I was in the forefront and I was in forefront to form that alliance. हांव गेल्लो बॉम्बे तेन्ना म्हाका गोंयच्या कमिटी कडल्यान बॅकलॅश आयलो बट I took up that stand and you must ask captain that I said I will want this alliance and I will see to it that you win. We will work together. It's not that it is I can claim entire victory towards me. I can only tell you one thing is that we worked as a team. तातूंत भितर विजय आशिल्लो. Every time आमी एकठांय बसून हें केल्लें. आतां ताज्या मागीर कितें जालें कितें घडलें ता हांव प्रिवी ना कित्याक एज फार एज माय रिलेशनशीप विथ विजय बाबी इज कन्सर्न वी आर फ्रेंड्स मोर दॅन पॉलिटिकल एलायज म्हणच्या पेक्षा आनी वी शेअर दॅट रिलेशनशीप सो आय कॅन मेक दॅट कॉल टू विजय बाब टुडे एंड से विजय बाब कितें जालें तें सोड जालां आसतलें चुकलां आसतलें खंय कितें पण लेट्स डू इट एंड आय थिंक विजय बाब इज मॅच्युअर इनफ इवन दॅट कंट्रोवर्सी वीच वॉज ट्रायड टू बी ब्लोन आउट ऑफ प्रोपोर्शन सर्क्युलेट कोण करतालो वेर इट डीड इट कम फ्रॉम BJP ऑफिस वर सेंडींग दोज थिंग्स एंटायरली ते हे क्लिप काढून टू मिडिया टू सर्क्युलेट इट टू मेक इट बिगर सो दॅट ऑफ दॅट
BJP was sending those clips?
BJP was sending it to media to say hi.
You are saying BJP was sending those clips of Fury Alma?
Absolutely. कित्याक आज BJPची परिस्थिती न्हय हांव सांगता I have spoken to lot of media houses where they have said that तांचे आरे हें ब्लो करया हे आतां ताणें कॉक्रोच म्हणल्यार हें ब्लो करया सी लेट अस नॉट ऑल ऑफ अस मस्ट नॉट सकम टू दीस प्लीज अंडरस्टँड वन थिंग BJPची परिस्थिती आज अशी आसा की BJP जाणा हांकां सेपरेट दवरल्यारूच सो आमी ते जावपाक दिवचे ना वी वील गो बियॉन्ड द सेंटिमेंट्स ऑफ इंडिविज्युअल्स and we will respect the sentiments of Goans to say आमी credible candidates let those who will see ultimately at the end of it I can't control the defection but I can control the person who is coming in as a leader in a particular
Only if such mature words were coming from the top post leadership, but you are representing the party. We take it. Yes, we take it. Absolutely.
I am here to
I take it
represent the
on
party,
absolutely correct.
and
We take
I
it on
will
board.
stand by it.
We take it on board.
Or else
completely.
we'll quit politics one day.
No, we take it on board.
If we
Because
can't,
of
we
two
can't
things.
bring that change.
No, I'll give you the floor now. So two things, and we'll sum up after this. My first question to you, and then you can respond to whatever. The Goa Forward has also said that we are ready to go it alone, and that we are, preparing in all the constituencies. We are going to prepare it alone. Number one, does the Goa Forward feel that it has enough strength to kind of contest alone or win alone? Secondly, do you see also a situation if a pre-poll alliance does not happen, a post-poll alliance can also happen?
आम्ही खंयच म्हणला आमी एकला चलो रे म्हणून आमी सस्पेंड केला फक्त एक तें क्लियर जावं दी तो डिफेक्टर परवडल्याचे पळय पार्टी भितर रावन पळय डिफेक्टरान रोल प्ले करतना ते डेंजर जालात तांचे पार्टी भितर आज ते अजुनूय ते आसात तांकां अलायन्स जाल्लें नाका आमकां अलायन्स जाल्ली जाय पण त्याच बरोबर आमगे ऑर्गनायजेशन स्ट्रेंथ पार्टी ग्रो करपाक जाय ह्योय सगळ्यो गजाली पार्टी कशें आसता विजय म्हणल्यार पार्टी न्ही किंवा एक दोग जाण आमदार निवडून येता म्हणल्यार पार्टी न्ही पार्टी म्हळ्यार कितें एक 10 वर्सां 20 वर्सां 25 वर्सां उरपाक जाय पार्टी जर उरतली जाल्यार ऑर्गनायजेशन स्ट्रक्चर सगळ्या 40 कॉन्स्टिट्युन्सी भितर उरपाक जाय आनी आतां आमी बी लोकांक दिसता बाई सारको मनीस न्यूट्रल मनीस आमचे राधाराव बाबा ग्रेसियस सारको तांकां दिसता की अलायन्स जावपा जाय आमकांय दिसता अलायन्स जावपा तेकाय अलायन्स जावपा जाय अलायन्स जावपा जाय पूण कोणी पयलीं पावल मारपाक जाय अलायन्स जाता आमचें अलायन्स आसाच ताणें सांगता बरोबर आमचें अलायन्स आसाच फक्त जाय तें हेजें शेरिंगाचें सीट शेरिंगाचें तें पार्टी कडच्यान तांगे जायना खंय तरी कमिटी येता अरे कमिटीची गरज आमकां नाच आमकां गरज आसा तुमी सगळो रायट ताका दियात तुमगे सोडण करात आनी फॉर्म करात आमकां गरजच ना ती पार्टी आतां सांग तुका हांगा सांगता पार्टी ती काडटली तेजे कडेन डिस्कस करतली सीट शेरिंग धाडटली परत येतलें तो पर्यंत टायम वतलो म्हणून आमी सद्याक तुमची जेन्ना सगळी जाता पळय आमकां सांगा तोपर्यंत आमी स्टॉप दवरतो
Okay, last round we have to wind up now. Radharav, what are your final words on this? What is the way forward?
See, the problem is, at least for an alliance, why it's not happening is, according to me, self-interest prevails over public interest and self-respect.
Right.
That is why we have an issue. See, all these leaders must realize that the primary target should be to defeat the BJP and come to power. And that can be easily done if everybody gangs up together. And mind you, the people are not fools. They will also see because of whom the alliance is not coming. And I do expect that in the next, like these coming elections, all the smaller parties may be wiped out if they are perceived as stumbling blocks towards unity.
Right.
So therefore a party that has all Goa presence could be elected massively because the smaller party, because people are fed up and frustrated. So that is why I am suggesting that the Congress should simply not talk of RG. RG doesn't exist, don't give them a lifeline. Let them go. They are not going to, at least my side, they are not going to take any vote. We'll take care of that. That's why I am insisting that GFP should merge with the Congress so that we go with a cohesive unit. If AAP doesn't come, doesn't matter. We'll take care here. And let me tell you, I am telling you one thing. The Congress does not have think tanks. The Congress doesn't have a man who can study the electoral law and find a way around defections. In the past, Congress has suffered because of this lack. At one time, someone countermanded the elections. Then they changed the law after that. At another time, in Taligaon. Wait, I am telling you. No, I will come to that. Yes, then Taligaon, they gave ticket to Babush. Last moment, Babush contested on UGDP ticket. Right. Congress was caught napping. They did not know the law. I am telling you that. Right. So you need someone who studies the law. And for this time, I have studied the law. I have told Girish, you come together. But I want one party. Preferably, I want one party. I will sit with you and Girish. You finalize your candidates. I don't decide your candidates. I will sit there and I will do something, and thereafter I will be the lawyer to see that no one defects. See, there's a way around. There is a way around the 10th schedule. You have not used your heads.
I'm glad that.
So I have told Girish, you call me, but I don't want to discuss anything now. तुम्ही म्हण पहिले एकठांय जावाय आनी कोण डिफेक्ट जातलो आय हॅव फावंड अ वे आवट
दोतोर जातले आमी एकठांय
But see, I have no personal interest. I am not contesting elections. I have said that. I will. No, I am contest करणार बाबा. I am, see, for various reasons I am not contest. Besides, I am not joining the Congress. I have never joined the Congress. My politics is not a winning election. I've been there. I remain as well. But I will campaign for the Congress even with greater vigor than I campaigned last time for captain. And I am pretty sure of.
Radharav has more fun by not being in any party.
Exactly. We have to defeat BJP.
Please sum up this thing in the sense that according to you, what is the way forward and what is the solution?
What I feel is when the alliance talks are going on, respecting the sentiments of each other is very important. कारण सगळे hurdles आता येतात ती we are not respecting the sentiments of the other sides. I will give just one example. As rightly said by Amit Bab, Jilla Panchayat elections were the semi-finals. हांव म्हज्या काणकोण पैंगीण कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी ZP थंयचे एक एग्जांपल दिता की देर वॉज अलायन्स काँग्रेस आनी गोवा फॉरवर्ड पार्टीचे एंड आय एम फ्रॉम पैंगिणी कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी ZP कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी एंड प्रशांत नायक वॉज द कॅन्डिडेट आनीक 2022 इफ यू रिमेंबर प्रशांत नायक वेंट टू डिफरंट पंचायत्स ऑफ काणकोण कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी आनी एक बरी बेस ताणें तयार केल्ली. The day he got the news that the seat has gone to the Congress and Janardhan Bandari is the candidate, that very day he started conversing for Congress and Janardhan. He said, "He coalition dharma म्हणटा तो आसता and I'm with that here." So when it came to Jilla Panchayat elections, Prashant Naik was the candidate of Goa Forward Alliance. Anik there were a few leaders from Congress party. With due respect to सगळे leaders, state level leaders, with due respect to all those leaders, these local leaders went on to house and house canvassing for a independent candidate, saying that, claiming that he is the Congress candidate. हे झाले सगळे वो इतिहास. Today same people have been given the important positions in the block and taluka and constituency committees. So this hurts the sentiments of the people who were with Goa Forward Party, individually with Prashant Naik कळ्ळें. So आमकां सगळ्यांक हे सेंटिमेंट सांबाळपाक कळपाक जाय फ्रॉम बोथ द सायड्स. हे सेंटिमेंट सांबाळपाचे ऑल ओव्हर गोवा आनीक एक मॅच्युरिटी दाखोवन एकठांय येवपाचें. आय एम व्हेरी शुअर की गिरीश चोडणकर एज द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ काँग्रेस अँड विजय सरदेसाय एज अ प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ गोवा फॉरवर्ड दे आर मॅच्युअर्ड इनफ की सगळे इगोज सगळे कितें आसा तें कुशीक दवरून गोंयकारा खातीर येवपाचें एकठांय आनी ते येतले हाजी म्हाका गॅरंटी आसा.
You can please sum this up.
So what is more important in today's scenario is that की गोंयकार फाल्यां खंयच्याय मुद्द्या खातीर झगडपाक शकता, लडपाक शकता, एकामेकाची माती फोडपाक शकता. सगळे दोग गोंयकारांक जर एका रुमान घातले जाल्यार वी वूड हॅव 3 opinions. Okay,
right.
But what Goans don't like since 1961 is that ki Goa being run as a satellite state of Delhi.
Right.
Okay. So जे कितें allianceचे आज लोक जे उलयता पळय इज बिकॉज की म्हजे कॉमन विशय जे आसा गोंयकाराचे कॉमन विशय आसा ते अड्रेस जायना. सेकंडली वॉट Congress, Goa Forward or anybody, okay, or AAP or anybody needs to decide, and that is what was happening in India Alliance also, is that are you people ideological enemies of each other or electoral rivals?
Right.
Don't fight like you are an ideological enemies of each other. All of you, what base you have,
because they're
is a
fundamentally
secular
not
base.
incompatible.
Absolutely, all of you have a secular base. Okay, and that is where you need to decide: are you an ideological enemy or your electoral rivals? Okay, I think that is what, and more than that, what is that? No alliance can be knitted or stitched. Okay, without you have a common agenda for a change. That's what Manohar Parrikar did in 2012.
Right.
Is that why? I mean, all the odds were stacked against Manohar Parrikar at that point of time. How Manohar Parrikar became a pan-Goa leader is because he made an alliances of struggles and solidarity. That is what opposition needs to wake up and smell the coffee.
Yeah, he won Salset through proxy people, but
exactly.
he won it.
But won it. Electorally, it was engineering of what he did.
Correct.
So are you ready to work together and do a common minimum program or create an alternative agenda?
Fair enough, good point. Amit Bab, just please sum this up the entire thing.
No, see, one thing, we understand the sentiments of the people. Person like Yugang, who is a very educated person, or Dutor, all of them have expressed their sentiments. They are citizens. They are the people of Goa. I understand. They are educated. We understand what is coming from the absolutely backward background of Goa also. They are सगळे विटल्यात. आणि as a matured politician, of course, I am not a senior politician, but I think matured enough in last holding the position under classes that I attended in the previous party. One thing I can tell you, ki as a Congress party, जे पयलीं घडलां म्हाका कांय खबर ना आनी ताजे बद्दल हांव कांय उलोवंकूच शकना. पूण ह्या फाटल्या 2 म्हयन्यांत जें कितें घडटा ताजे बद्दल हांव तुका एक गजाल सांगता की दनपार रातची सकाळचें जें आमी आज ज्या तरेन वेगवेगळी पॉलिटिक्स करपाचो जो प्रयत्न चलयला, दॅट हॅज नेवर हॅपन्ड इन द पार्टी. दीस इज वॉट आय बीन टोल्ड बाय द स्टॉलवर्ड्स इन द पार्टी की हें बरे वटेन चला. वाय आय एम सेयींग दीस इज दॅट एज युगांक सेड, एक कॉमन मिनिमम प्रोग्राम आमी आसपाकच जाय, बट ताजे पयलीं म्हजो तो कितें आसा तें हाडपाक जाय, तें आमी हाडटले फुडें. विजय बाबा बरोबर किंवा गोवा फॉरवर्ड आमचे RGP, दोतोर म्हणटा RGP इज नॉट एक्झिस्टंट, बट देर इज एन MLA हू इज देर इन अ कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी एंड वी हॅव टू रिस्पेक्ट अँड अंडरस्टँड की आमी एकठांय रावन केला. आमी रिजल्टूय थंय कितें जालो तो पळयला. म्हणजे तुका हांव चिंबलचेच जर दी जाल्यार थंय BJP जिखली, कारण आमच्या त्या वेळेचो कॅन्डिडेट आनी काँग्रेसाचो कंबायन आनी RGPचो कंबायन करीत जाल्यार वी आर फार अहेड. बट दे वन रिजन स्प्लिट ऑफ वोट्स. आतां हे सगळे मॅथमॅटिक्स हातूंत भितर तुका पॉलिटिकल मायंडसेटूय नाका. तूं गोंयची मॅथमॅटिक्सूच पळय, लास्ट 2 इलेक्शनाची मॅथमॅटिक्स पळयले जाल्यार तुका दिसून येता की देर इज समथींग रॉंग. अँड दॅट अंडरस्टँडींग जेन्ना एज अ सिनियर पार्टी वी हॅव टेकन स्टेप्स. वन थिंग आय कॅन अश्युअर यू, अँड आय हॅव द मॅन्डेट टू से इट हियर रायट इन दिस हॉल, to say that Congress party will take every step required to correct whatever that is history. In history we have committed those mistakes. We will not repeat that again. We will do whatever it takes, take whatever mature steps that are required to make the alliance happen in a particular manner. And आज इलेक्शनाक 6 म्हयने आसा. हे फाटले पयलीं कशें जातालें 30 दीस 35 दीस आनी एलायन्सूच जावना. आज 6 म्हयने आसतना जेन्ना आमी सिरियसनेस दाखयला, लेट अस रिस्पेक्ट इच अदर. आज कसल्याच गोष्टीक कोणाकूच डिवायड जावपाक दिवपाक जायना, ऑपोजिशन डिवायड जावपाक दिवपाक जायना. हाजो पुरेपूर आमी काळजी घेतले. दॅट इज वाय आवर प्रेसिडेंट हॅज नॉट रिएक्टेड टू एनीथिंग इन लास्ट 4 days. When it comes to whatever that has come from other side, as a spokesperson, if you see, have you seen me on TV? No. Why? Because we decided not to talk about it, because ह्यो गजाली रस्त्यार कित्याक घालूं? आमी फॅमिली न्ही, गोवा फॉरवर्डान आमी एकूच फॅमिली. आमचे कितेंय जर आसा डिफरन्सीस जाल्यार आमी ते आमच्या हॉलान बसून सॉर्ट करतले. ते फुटपाथेर येवचे ना. ही काळजी आमी घेतले. युगांका सारके आमी अशे कितलेशेच लोक आसा जांचे आमी एडवायस घेतले. कोणी घेवं नाका. हांव शुअर शॉट ताका फाल्यां फोन करून मेळटलो.
Okay.
Yes, before Amit.
Of course, Doctor, I need you.
No, Amit. I suggest one thing. Get your party to tell all your leaders to shut their mouths and authorize only one person to speak. See what is happening, everybody speaks out of turn, then dash mule, and that disturbs the chances of an alliance. So say, all right, only the president will speak. Not even your leader of opposition will speak. Because what happens, organization election, the issues have to be decided by organization, but not by the legislative group. So this is happening. Yuri said something else. So see that only one person speaks for the party organization.
Point well taken, but I am telling you, this has already been discussed in last.
Do that, no?
We will not let any awkward situation come for alliance
That's what I'm saying.
distraction.
Do that.
We will do
Yes,
that.
yes.
See, is a responsible party. काय घडल्यार काय गोंयची लोकूच गोंयचे लिडर्सूच पॉलिटिशियन अशे आशिल्ले जाणी पॉलिटिक्साक घाण नांव दिला. म्हाका दिसता हे जे आतां आसा न्ही एक्झिस्टींग आनी जे उडयो मारून गेल्ले लोकांनी बहुत शिकोवपाक जाय, इरिस्पेक्टीव ऑफ आवर पॉलिटिकल एफिलिएशन्स. कारण ही घाण जेन्ना हांव पॉलिटिक्सान भितर सरलो, म्हजे आजी म्हजे मामा म्हयनोभर उलोवना, कारण ह्या लोकांनी घाण नांव दिला पॉलिटिक्साक. ही घाण साफ करची पडटली आनी ती हांव भगत मेळून RGP आसूं आनी कोणी आसूं सगळे मिळून साफ करतले. नांव बदल तुमचो आमची ह्या फावट जर जालें नाल्यार. सो आय एम टॉकिंग दीस, वाय आय एम सेयींग दीस इज दॅट दीज आर गोवन सेंटिमेंट्स अँड आय थिंक युगांक वील एग्री टू मी ऑन दीस. ही मिक्सीस वीथ द स्टुडंट्स. फर्स्ट टायम जेनझी मुवमेंटान BJP खालयली, कारण भुरगे क्वेश्चन करपाक लागले, अकावंटेबिलिटी केली. आनी जेनझीन आमकां खूब शिकयलें. आमी शिकल्या ह्या फाटल्या म्हयन्याभरान आमी जे शिकल्या ते सगळे तुमकां दिसतले आमच्या फुडल्या कार्यपद्दतीन. गोवा वील सी अ चेंज अँड वी वील ब्रिंग दॅट चेंज. अँड विथ दॅट इन आय एम टेलिंग यू, ऑन द स्टेज, ऑन माय स्टेज इन सांता क्रूज, ही वील बी गिविंग अ स्पीच विथ दोतोर ऑन द स्टेज. I don't know, he's a teacher, so he can't do it.
I was keeping quiet. I was loving.
And of course,
I was keeping quiet. I was loving the flow of this conversation. Anyway, before we wrap up, yeah. Because before we wrap up, you've heard Amit Bab's thing. Now, finally, Goa Forward, kindly sum this entire up, the situation up, and let us end with what Goa Forward finally has to say.
आनी कितें उलयलां सगळ्यान उलयलां तें आमी लक्षांत आसात पूण जी तेणी उतरां उलयलां न्हू म्हाका दिसता पार्टीच्या तेगेल्या मिटिंगे भितर जर उलयलो जाल्यार बदलाव दिसतलो जसो जेन्ना तुजेर हें घातलो न्हू प्रभाव घालो तसो तुजी उतरां तांचेर प्रभाव पडा अशें मागता पूण एक हांव निश्चित करतां गोंयकारांक जाय तेंच आमी दितले आनी गोंयकारांक जाय तें दिवपा खातीर जे कडेन आमकां फाटीं येवपा जाय ते फाट येतले फुडें वचपा जाय थिंगा फुडें वतले पूण आमी परत एक सांगता आमी हांचे कडेन टॉक फक्त बंद केला आमी सस्पेंड केलें ना सस्पेंड केलां आमी टर्मिनेट केलें ना इतलें सांगता आनी हांव बंद करता
Okay, now we have to bow down to the pressures of time, and which is why we need to stall this conversation and end this debate or discussion rather. But it's been a very riveting last 45 minutes to 1 hour where all the issues were put on the table, everything was debated or discussed threadbare, both the parties spoke out openly, and of course, towards the end of it all, one sees conciliation and camaraderie beyond the initial skirmishes and the disappointment that one has felt. But let us end with one very pragmatic note. Irrespective of what has happened here, what is important is what happens outside the room, on the streets, inside the political parties, and ultimately Goans will be not only watching this conversation and taking note of everything that has been said, but they will also be analyzing whether people are true to their word or not. And at the end of the day, people will ultimately see which party or which group has stood true to the sentiments of the people and which are the forces that have acted against it, irrespective of which party they are in or even if they are outside the parties. And that is very important. At this point of time, everybody is on test. The political parties are at test and people's sentiments are going to be very, very important. And as everybody has underlined, that Goa will not get a chance very soon unless this sentiment is ultimately tapped. And that is the bottom line of this. I thank all our panelists for such a very important insight, and it has really opened up a lot of closed windows with some fresh air coming in. Thank you so much.